Hi, welcome to Inge's Knitting Lab and this knitting tutorial series on how to make the tree trunk cardigan, the one with the form and fit European shoulder design. However, this episode is not at all about the shoulder, it's about picking up stitches for the sleeve to continue working the sleeve, and in particular how or which technique we use to pick up the stitches to avoid gaps here in the corners, and how to make the finishing look so that this raglan stripe continues unbroken. Let's look at this unblocked sleeve here, the other sleeve on the sweater or the cardigan. So we have the raglan seam here, the 3 tree trunk stitches, and here the stitches are picked up, and you can see here a slight disturbance here, but however it looks as if these knit stitches continue along, and here is the corner. I haven't tightened it or sewn in ends or anything. It just works the first time when you pick up the stitches. So this is another technique than the one I've shown in another episode, which I call the suspender method. So this is another one. Let's look at a block sweater to see how it looks when it is blocked. So here you see the raglan stripe, and here you picked up the stitches. Maybe it's a bit hard with the donegal here, but you see it is unbroken. So again, I have two purposes when I use a technique in my designs: the functionality, the stitch functionality, and then the finishing look, the aesthetics of the garment. So let's get started. First of all, I grab my needles. It's 4.5 millimeter US 7. I have half a millimeter smaller on the other side. It helps the stitches slide more easily. It doesn't matter, of course, you can do the same size. So first of all, I need to put the stitches here that was at rest onto this needle here, and I've used this barber cord, so it is very easy to do this. And actually here, while making the sleeve and also what I've done otherwise in this cardigan, I'm using the yarn that I have been steaming because I've been doing a lot of unraveling. So I grab my steamed yarn here, and now I pick up the stitches. So the pearl stitch I grab here in the center like this. I look for the A here in the opposite direction of the knitting direction and just pick up the stitches. We'll meet when I'm over here at the corner. I'm at the corner now, and yeah, well, I forgot to mention, I always start picking up stitches here at the right hand side, not at the center, because when I start decreasing the sleeve here, I want it to be evenly around the center stitch so that it doesn't get slightly skewed when I do the decreases. But here now it's all about closing gaps. Let's have a look here. I'm at the corner of the sleeve here, between the front piece and the sleeve. So what you see here is the 3 edge stitches, edge tree trunk stripe, becoming the raglan stripe here. And now we want to close the potential gap here. And as you can see, this stitch here in between is a bit elongated compared to the other knit stitches here. So what we want to do now is to have this evened out and look just as the other one, and when we pick up the stitches, we want to have this nice raglan sleeve unskewed. So that's why I have been looking at a slightly different modified method compared to the suspender method I've told you in another episode. let's have a look at the wrong side, because we want to look for this one. So back here it looks like this. You see the loop here, and you see that it's longer than the other loops. So here we have the top of the stitch, and here we have the top of the loop of another stitch. So now I will pick up these. So I use my right hand needle. I have the yarn here. So I pick up this top here, and I pick up the top, you could call it the bottom or the top loop of the next row, and then I start knitting over here. You can see that the long stitch is here. So now it's the art to do it as tight as you can, so that this tweener strand between the stitches you now knit is as short as possible. Somehow it will always elongate, so you can't do it too tight here. So very tight, and this was a purl stitch. And now I just work the stitches around the resting sleeve stitches, and let's meet to do exactly the same thing at the other corner of the sleeve. I'm at the other corner now, coming with the diagonal stripe here from the back towards the underarm, and I just missed the last purl stitch here. So again we look here. However, here I have this stitch is not so elongated, is it? However, I do it the same way. I look at the back side, but now you have the loop turning the other way compared to at the other corner. So now I find this one. This is the elongated one, slightly elongated. So I take the top of the loop from this row and the top of the loop from the other row, and then again I knit as tight as I can here. And look, the first one is a purl stitch. So I tighten again. We can't tighten too much, so I will just start set up row number 2 now, because the problem we have now is that we have to, it's not a problem, it's just a fact, but we have to work these newly picked up strands together with the strands or the stitches we have. So let's come over here to the corner and do something about it. So here we are at setup round 2, and you see I have the last purl stitch from the picked up stitches at the underarm, and I have this strand here, the first one. So I just work a purl stitch, then I have the picked up strand here and the first purl stitch of the sleeve. So again I do a purl. So yeah, now I have 2 purl stitches beside each other here, but we will fix this in setup round 3, where we will purl these 2 together, so no problem. I'm at the end of setup round 2 now. I just miss the last purl stitch of the resting stitches, and I will purl this together with the first picked up strand here. Here I have the other picked up strand and the first purl stitch of the picked up stitches at the underarm. So I will purl this one, again having 2 purl stitches beside each other here. I was about to say nebeneinander, but that's German. Okay, so now I will keep on knitting and start set up row 3. And you may have noticed that I didn't place a stitch marker to mark this start of row or end of row, and it's because it gets a bit annoying when you do these first 3 setup rounds. So, and as I always know that the first stitch of the round is this purl stitch, I actually don't place the end of round marker, but when I've done the setup rounds here, I will place the marker at the center stitch of the underarm to guide my sleeve decreases. So we will do that when I have done setup round 3. So I'm here at the corner now with the 2 purl stitches waiting for me. So here they are. So I simply just purl the 2 stitches together and I tighten again and keep on knitting to the other corner, where I do exactly the same thing. So let's meet over there, and as the last thing of this video, we will place the center marker at the underarm. I'm here now at the corner on the other side, so I simply purl these 2 stitches together, and exactly here is end of round. So I could place my end of round marker here. However, I will save this one and just place my center marker. So now I look at the number of cast on stripes I have at the underarm. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the center stripe here is here. So the center stitch in this case is a knit stitch. If I had an equal number of stripes, the center stripe would be a purl stitch. If you would like to see how to do the decreases of the sleeves, depending on your number of startup stripes here, I will link to another video where I show how to do the decreases. So yeah, this was how to close the gaps. So let's have a look at the final result to see if I reach my target to have a raglan seam tree trunk stripe here, seam unbroken at the corner of the underarm. So here I picked up the stitches. We have the 2 purls here becoming 1 purl. So what do you think? Here are the 3 stitches. I think it looks rather nice and unbroken. And if we go back to the blocked one I showed you in the introduction, you can see once it is blocked and worn, you have the unbroken seam here and the 2 purls coming into one here. So I find that this is rather a sturdy and long-lasting way of doing it. I have not made any corrections or strengthening by weaving in extra strand here to do anything. It's just what I just showed you. So I'm quite happy. So until the next time, happy knitting, and I hope you find this way of minimizing gaps at the underarm helpful. So Rajan over from Inge's Knitting Lab. Bye bye.